Okay, hey, Dreaming of Diamond. This is an amazing opportunity with Emily Roberts. I know that we all know who she is. Emily is fantastic. She's very transparent about her journey. If you follow her on Instagram, you'll know that. If you don't, start today. You're going to love it. And you're going to love the way that she just shares her life on there. But Emily, all the people that are tuning in earned this. We had some people that are, we're recording. Some people had to miss it tonight, but we can't wait to hear you talk about Go For No. So take it away.
Absolutely. Okay. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a backstory and why Go For No is like my favorite topic ever. And this is the first reason why. So if you were listening, I'm 28. I have 3 kids. My husband just turned 30. He was in the Marine Corps for 10 years. That's where all of this started. I was a lonely Marine Corps wife. My husband was deployed. I became a new mom while he was deployed. And I was not feeling myself. I was 24 on medication, and I did not want to rely on that. So a little further backstory, I'm the oldest of 4 children. All of my siblings are heavily medicated. Tourette syndrome, bipolar disorder, lots of different neurological things and allergies. Like growing up, walking into our pantry, you didn't go get a snack, you walked into Walgreens. Like that was my life. And I was like, no, like I don't want that for me, for my kids. Like here we go. Like I'm starting my Zoloft. Like there has to be a different way. So I started researching and stuff, and I wanted to nurse Sterling so bad. My sister and my mom nursed all of us. My sister nursed, and I just wanted to be like them, and it was not happening. So I was already looking up stuff about alternatives to Zoloft, and then I started researching things I could use while breastfeeding. And that's where Plexus came up. So my mom ordered a bag of the original pink drink, the pink and white sticks, from Melissa Eichenhorst, Diamond Ambassador Melissa Eichenhorst. At the time, she was a Ruby Ambassador. She went to high school with my husband's sisters. And my mom ordered from her. I tried one. At this time, I was drinking about 8 Diet Cokes a day to get through my day, and wondering why my milk supply was depleted. Yeah, that's another story. And so I'm like, I'm not drinking that. Like, I'll just drink this. Like, it's healthy. It's a diet. Like, I'll drink water. I'll learn how to drink water. And Melissa, after we ordered, or my mom ordered, Melissa sent my mom an email with a 17-page attachment that had every product and anything you could ever imagine. Like, it was literally the virtual office at that time in an email. And I mean, bless her heart, she was brand ambassador. She just was super red, wanted you to have all the information, like did not believe less was more. And so my mom was like, what am I supposed to do with this? I just want to know when I'm supposed to drink it. And so we just went off of the label, like, okay, drink it before meal, got it. I lost 2 pounds in 7 days, and I refused to keep going. It tasted terrible to me. My husband and I, being in the Marine Corps family, we were heavy partiers and drinkers before babies. And so I took it like a shot. That's what I tell people. Like, I just downed it. I was like, oh, this stuff's sick, like gross. And I didn't want anything to do with Plexus. I was like, I'm going to eat right and work out and like wow my husband when he comes home. He's going to be so proud of me. So 4 months postpartum, I had to stop nursing, and that was just like a dagger to my heart. Like that made me so sad. And my doctor was like, hey girl, you're a little crazy. You need to up your meds. And because my mom also went to that same doctor and was like, listen here, she's not telling you the truth. I was living with my mom at the time, getting ready to move in with my in-laws, and something had to give. Mind you, Scott was still in Afghanistan. We were in war at that time. And I was taking 16 hours of college classes, and I just moved in with my in-laws. Did I mention that? So life was dandy, and I was going crazy. I was just like not myself. All my clothes were like kind of snug. Like, I don't know if y'all have kids, but after you have a baby, like you don't look like a Kardashian after you have a baby. Like you wear sexy freaking diaper underwear for like 8 months, and you hang in places you didn't know you were going to hang. And you're just like, this is glamorous. Like I brought life into the world. Look at me. Seriously. No, it's a mess. And you're like, what's happening? Well, that's how I was. I'm super vain. And I'm like, what? How do I put it back? So this is what I was doing. This is what I was doing before Plexus. I took my Zoloft every day. And before I would go to bed at night, instead of just taking 2 Probio 5 like a normal person, I would grab my hemorrhoid cream. No, this is not what you think. like the extra large, like $22 hemorrhoid cream from Walmart, squirted on my belly, because it shrinks your skin, right? Rubbed that in, wrapped myself in saran wrap. Like I invented it works, let me tell you real quick. And I would go to bed all crinkly and sticky every single night. And I was like, I got this. I'm gonna look so good. Like I would eat super good all week. And then on the weekend, just blow it. Like you guys, you can't out-wrap, out-supplement, outrun a bad diet. Like 90% of what we do is our diet. So that was like my pre-Plexus story. I needed y'all to be like on that level with me, because if not, you don't understand why Plexus was like, oh my gosh, when I got it. Okay. And the reason why I shared the story of Melissa Eichenhorst, my mom ordering from her, is because she never followed up. She did not go for no. She saw me on Facebook. She saw my network, my influence in the military community, and she was like, I just don't know her. I'm not gonna reach out to her. I did not join Melissa Eichenhorst, and she will tell you that to this day. She talks about it all the time on team calls. I think she even mentioned it at convention this year. And I am her go for no tragic loss. So don't be Melissa Eichenhorst. Okay. I love her though. I love Melissa. She's amazing. She's incredible. Great leader, teacher, but lesson learned, right? Lesson learned. So we're going to talk about some ways to go for no and what exactly that means. So I obviously joined with the Triplex combo. Funny story, ProBio 5 was missing from my welcome pack, so I had to wait 2 weeks to even start that. I know, it's okay. I was happy with my saran wrap and hemorrhoid cream, so it's all right. I was drinking my pink drink, downing it, and 7 days in, this was 6 months after trying it the first time, 7 days in, the first thing that I noticed was I didn't think about, want, crave, or mention Diet Coke. I have been drinking Diet Coke since I was 12 years old. That was a staple product in my home. Swiss cake rolls and Diet Coke were like my mom's PMS go-to. And that just, those bad habits rolled on to me and my sister. Like that's just like, that was a snack. And so those bad habits were like really hard for me to break. Like sugar controlled every move that I made. And that's why I think it's ironic that I didn't get ProBio 5 on my welcome pack, because that's like the number one product to me. So I took my pink drink, I was taking my BioCleanse, which I didn't really understand BioCleanse either. I'm like, is this gonna make me poop? In high school, I took this pill called Ally from Walmart. Maybe you've seen it, it's like $10. Not White Pants approved. So I was terrified. I thought all products were created equal. Like I didn't know what I was getting myself into. My upline had just gotten started and she was like, I don't know, Google it. I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean Google it? So yeah. So Triplex 101. There you go. That's how you take it. So about a weekend, I was like, I didn't want Diet Coke. Like I have to tell people about this. So I went against everything I knew. After months of bashing MLMs and network marketing and being the meanest person ever on Facebook, I made my first post and I included my website link. It was awful. About 49 comments later of people going, you went to the dark side. Oh my gosh, this stuff better be magical if you joined. What did you do? What have you gotten yourself into? I mean, me and my two uplines, Holly Torres, she's an Emerald in California, and Yvonne Cannon, she's an Emerald in Oklahoma. We were like on the defense. Like we thought that like that's just what you did. You defended yourself instead of just letting people see for themselves. And so my first post was a disaster. So if you feel like you're posting on Facebook right now and it's crickets, it gets better, I promise. Become a person of influence, and we'll go over that in a minute. So I used to call my mom every day around lunchtime when I make my Plexus post and say, hey, can you go like my post? No one's liked it yet. No one's commented on it. I really want this to work for me. I really want to do this thing. And she was like, sure. And so she would go like my post. And I'd be like, got one. Thanks. Thanks, Mom. And then I would log into my husband's Facebook, still do that. And I would go like it by him, even though he hated Plexus. He was deployed. He wasn't on Facebook. And so for the first 2 months of my business, I relied on Facebook. I messaged a couple of friends, I'll be honest, but that go for no concept like terrified me. And I am clearly I'm extroverted, but my introverted side was just like, no, pump the brakes, don't do it. And so I had to get over that. And how did I get over that? Well, someone explained to me that we all have a why. Most of you know this, like why you got started, why you joined, why you're taking the products, why you want a car, whatever. We shared a vehicle And that car payment was like half my husband's military paycheck, it felt like. And so when I discovered that Melissa Eichenhorst, the person who I had watched for 9 months, this old lady, I didn't know how old she was, but I told her, I'm like, I called you an old lady because I didn't know how old you were. She's not even 40. And she earned her Lexus in like 9 months. And I was like, if this old lady can do it, I can do it. And we laugh about that so hard because I have no idea how old she was. Isn't that funny how Facebook works? Like you stalk people, but you know nothing about them. Yeah. So I'm watching her and I'm like, I can do this. Like I felt it in my bones, y'all. If you feel that, go with that. Don't stop. And so my husband came home from Afghanistan and was like, I saw that you're doing this Plexus thing. Like, what is this? As he mixes his GNC pre-workout or whatever he was taking. And I was like, listen, what I'm doing is a pink drink and you're going to love it. And you're going to take it. And he was like, do not talk about Plexus in our house. I was like, my first paycheck was $954. You going to tell me not to talk about Plexus? Like that was like 2 years worth of manicures. I was so excited. And he was not on board in the slightest. Would make fun of me. He turned my cellular data off on our phone. So I would literally have to go find somewhere on base with Wi-Fi or wait until we went out to dinner and connect to someone else's phone. Like he was a Plexus hater. So if you have someone in your life that is making you feel some type of way about your decision to go for this, make it a career, don't share Plexus with them. They will be a drain of energy. Like they just suck it out of you. So I had to find people to confide in and celebrate with. And so that was girlfriends, my uplines. Like we had a three-way chat like every day. Like I don't know how I didn't wear them out. I was just like, this is what I'm doing today. This is what I'm doing today. And so I decided that I was going to be the girl in my town, in my area, that was going to be the crazy Plexus lady. Like I just announced it. I was like, I accept it. This, y'all, if it can help me kick that Coke habit, it can cure world peace. Like I was ready. I was all in. And my husband was like, you're insane. I'm sleeping on the couch. I mentioned that in my Diamond Doc. He would not sleep in the same room with me if I mentioned the word Plexus. He was like, you've lost it.
True.
He's sitting behind me and he's like laughing because it's true.
Sure.
So, let's see. Every month of my business, I joined July 4th of 2014. Before August 30th, I was silver. Before September 30th, I was gold. Before October 30th, I was senior gold. And by November, I was ruby. December was a little bit of a slow month. I discovered in network marketing, people want to buy Christmas presents, not Plexus products. So I was like, oh, okay. So I had to work really hard in December to set myself up for senior ruby in January. And then this was about the time where my husband was like, you're really not stopping this thing. And all these little certificates kept coming in the mail. And he was like, because I had all my deposits going to a single bank account, not our joint. So he didn't know. So one day, and this was when we used to get paper checks, I came up to him. He was doing our bills at the table, old school. And I took my Plexus paycheck and I put it in front of him. And I was like, look at this. And he goes, is that your school loan payment? What am I looking at? I was like, yeah, it's my Ruby Ambassador paycheck. It was like $2,300 or something. And he was just like, It was the first time he said, and not get out of my face. And I was like, yeah. So some things were starting to shift in our house. Well, about that same time, we got news from the military that we were leaving California and being shipped off to Virginia, the other side of the United States. And I said, no, my business is booming. My team is here. My leaders are here. The people that get it are here. Like, what are you doing for me? I can't talk to new people. I can't make new friends. I can't go for no. And I realized God has a sense of humor and he was about to put me in my place. So that all happened in January. In February, my husband had to go to training in the most boring place on the planet in North Carolina. What base was that? Lejeune? Not Lejeune. I don't know. It's a terrible place. It's hell. Anyways, it was so boring. I stayed in a hotel for months. I was doing Facebook Lives on my team page and when that started happening. And I just knew that Emerald could happen if we pushed for it. Well, I started following a guy on Periscope. I don't know if y'all remember that app, called Ray Higdon. And he was a network marketer in some coin network marketing company. Like, that's like a thing, like where they trade coins. Interesting. Not my thing. interesting. And he went to the top of his coin business. And I was watching him and following him. This was all before he became like a social marketer educator, whatever I don't know what he does. But he did a Zoom for my team, and like he was someone I really watched, and like we were like kind of friends. Like it was cool for a minute. And then he took Bob Helig under his wing. Like that could have been me. I'm just kidding. But anyway, I thought it was super cool. And he kept talking about this book called Go for No. And I was like, that's it. Like this guy is a millionaire. I'm going to read this book. I'm going to be a millionaire too. Behind the scenes, I was watching Celeste Gwynn's Diamond documentary about 8 times a day. Like I would wake up and just play it while I was getting ready and listen to it and like reminding myself like, she can do it. I can do it. She's a stay-at-home mom. I'm going to do this. I'm not ever going back to work. Corporate America was cool and all, but my baby was way cuter. So I read that book called Go for No. And that same month, so now we're in March of 2015, my 8th month mark with Plexus. And I woke up that morning at 8:06 a.m. I was laying on my couch. My husband was asleep. And I sat there, and on the iPhone, you know how you drag your phone down so it'll refresh? I did that like 100 times in the back office, the old back office. I don't know how long you guys have been here. And I did that and did that and did that. At 8:08 a.m., my points reflected 1508. I was an Emerald Ambassador with Plexus. That was the best day of my freaking life. Besides marriage, obviously. Go away. You're not supposed to be here. And I was like, I have arrived. Like, this is it. This answers all my prayers. Like, I don't need medication. I'm an emerald. Like, I was like, this is it. Y'all, I'm a lunatic, right? So I was so excited. My husband had believed in that and that it was going to happen. And I was like, that book is what did this. So let me explain some things. In the book, it's called Go for No. It's 74 pages long. I don't know if you guys are mothers, but that's something that we can finish in a bathroom sitting, or maybe like 5 if you have multiple kids, because sometimes they interrupt. But it is an easy read. It's super thin, and it's not like Eric Worre's Go Pro. It's not like Girl Wash Your Face. It's not like meaty, good, deep stuff. No, it's a story about a guy in sales who met his goal on like the 3rd day of the month and was like, I'm going to go play golf. I'm done. Kind of like people that are like, oh, I went silver already this month. I'm checking out. Like, no. He goes to play golf, slips and falls, hits his head, goes into a coma, meets his future billionaire self. And his billionaire self was like, this is weird. Why are you here? And you don't remember the day you decided to go for no? You don't remember the day you became a billionaire? And he's like, no, teach me. So it's like a story learning. Kind of reminds me of like, you know, like Scrooge and like all the like Grim Reaper and all of them, and like Go Talk to Him. It's kind of like that concept, but it's funny and it's a quick read. And I read it like 4 more times. And I started doing all these Facebook Lives on all these aha moments I was having. So for when you go for no, it's not that you're assuming that they're going to say no, because that's a negative mindset. You don't want that. Going for no just meant, I'm going to tell everyone about this because I'm going to pretend that no one knows unless I do. That was my takeaway from Go for No. I didn't care if I was reaching out to other diamonds at this point. I was like, I just want to make sure you know, because this is what it's doing for me. I just got to make sure, like, I just needed to check on you. Like, you drinking pink? Okay, you are? All right, you good? We good. And I go on to my next one. And there were people that sent me hateful voice messages. There were people that blocked me. There were people, it's funny because the first girl that blocked me and threw away my sample pack was the first senior Ruby on my team. And like, there was just like animosity everywhere. I was like, man, nobody wants a girl to succeed around here. Like, I'm just trying to support my babies. Shortly after I went Emerald, I graduated from college with my associate's degree and found out we were pregnant with baby number 2. So life never slowed down. Mind you, I just moved across the United States. Remember that move to Virginia? There's nothing in Virginia. And so like life was just like boom, 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 boom. And then 2 months after that Emerald promotion, our team went Sapphire. This is where it all stops. I was Sapphire for 10 months. How long are pregnancies? About 10 months. Hopefully not that long for everybody, but most of us, 10 months. That was the worst pregnancy of all 3 of my pregnancies. I lost 32 pounds because of morning sickness, that one that keeps you in the hospital, and I let my business just tank. Like, we rode the Sapphire waves. Melissa Eichenhorst has a video on her YouTube about do not ride an emotional roller coaster in this business, where like people just become points to you. And you're like, oh, I'm almost gold. And then you go backwards, or oh, I'm almost ruby. And then attrition sets in and you're like, I suck, I'm a failure. You are not a rank. That just tells Plexus what to pay you. Just remember that at the end of the day, when you're going for no and people make you feel inadequate or dumb for choosing network marketing as a career, you are not a rank. You are a mom, you are a daughter of Christ, you are a wife, a sister, whatever. But just keep that in mind on the really rough days and go back to that why. So for me, as I mentioned, we only had one car. I knew a vehicle was going to eliminate so many issues, not to mention a vehicle with no car payment. And I was really excited about that. I remember driving off the lot in my first Lexus. That video is on Facebook somewhere. Not me driving, but in my driveway, like. And I remember my grinning so hard, and my husband going like, "Do you want me to drive it home?" And I was like, "You didn't even believe that this is gonna happen. Like, you're never driving this." He totally drove it, but I was just like, "Oh." Well, then we got pregnant with our second baby. I was like looking in the back seat because it was a GS 350 S Sport. It's like a little Barbie car, like babies don't fit in those. So I was like, man, Diamond's got to happen. Diamond's got to happen. I got to fit babies back here. Like, and my why just continued to evolve. Okay. And so that pregnancy was super rough. My team stopped going for no because I stopped producing. You're going to hear this your whole entire business. Your team does what you do. Okay. If you stop posting on Facebook, they stop posting on Facebook. You stop trying new things, they stop trying new things. You stop talking about the products, they stop talking about the products. So what can you do to go for no and encourage your team to do the same, including those yellow personalities? And if you're yellow, I'm about to go there. Stop using your color as an excuse to not work your business. Just saying. I am red and blue. I apologize in advance. My colors are exactly 68. I can't help it. It's really hard for me to empathize, but for someone that struggled with depression and anxiety for a really long time, I still have an introverted side where I need a minute to myself. So every now and then a little bit of yellow will bleed through the cracks. And I'm like, oh, this is what they feel like. Okay. Rein it in, girl, rein it in. So something tangible all color personalities can do to grow in your business to go for no. Number one, asking 5 people. If it freaks you out, weekly, but if you want to be Diamond tomorrow, every day. 5 people a day. Ask them this question. Have you ever tried my pink drink? 5 people a day. It's a question. All they have to do is say yes or no. Gosh, no matter what their answer is, that opens you up to the next question. Did you like it? Or what did you like about it? Obviously, only asking yes or no questions can just kind of keep the ball in their court forever. So you wanna expand that a little bit and get creative with your questions. But I send voice messages because people have to listen to them, and I want them to hear how excited I am and how passionate I am about getting it into their hands. So I'll just be like, "Hey Tina, I was totally just stalking your Facebook, and I was just wondering, have you ever tried my pink drink? If not, I'm sending it to you. Like, write me out. So send me your address." If it's someone that scares me a little bit, like real estate agents or like the people with like major influence, I'm like, I sound like I'm leaving a voice message for like a doctor's office. Like, "Hi, this is Emily Roberts. I was just checking in. I just want to see how you're feeling today. And if you're not feeling good, I think you should try my pink drink. Okay, bye." And then I like go throw up because it freaks me out. I don't know. It's weird. But 5 people a day, 5 people a week. Have you tried my pink drink? That's the first way to go for no. See, going for no doesn't have to be terrifying. Going for no does not have to be salesy. You don't have to be some network marketing vulture that just, like you go after people. I don't know what vultures sound like, but that was my impression. You don't have to be like that. The second thing that you can do to help go for no is also super tangible and easy, and yellows, you will love this, is using the birthday notification on your Facebook to reach out to new people, and you're not posting on their wall. So pump the brakes for you, write notes down. You are sending them a voice message. "Hey Amanda, happy freaking birthday. How old are you? 21 forever. I know, me too. I want to send something to you in the mail. Will you shoot me your address?" Guess what they get for their birthday? That's right, a 7-day trial pack. "Happy birthday to you." And they have no idea, but they're going to send you their address because it's their birthday and they think they're getting a present. It's genius. I know. Thank me later. But just let them know you're sending them a little something. Throw a birthday card in there. Be a little genuine, right? But this is a great way to get people's hands on Plexus. And it's a little birthday present for them. A third tangible way to go for no, and this might scare some of you, but I want you to know that practice makes perfect, and it doesn't always have to be about you. It can be like your kids doing something, or date night, or your dog doing something silly, or whatever hobbies you do. It's a Facebook Live. Doing a Facebook Live on why you love Plexus would be ideal without talking about Plexus, but just mentioning these awesome supplements that you discovered that help you poop more, sleep better. You can be funny about it. Like, I remember the first time I made a post about ProBio 5, and it said, y'all, I'm taking a probiotic because nobody likes a beer gut with their beer. Can I get a name in? And I had, like, I'm not kidding, I dated this guy in high school, and his dad was a high school football coach, and he messaged me on Facebook. I didn't even know where Facebook went. Hey, Emily, so I saw this post. Like, it looks like you're doing well in your little business. I have a beer gut. I think I need what you posted about. And I was like, yo, here's my link. He ordered ProBio 5 for like 6 months. I'm not kidding. It's like the coolest thing ever. He was one of my first customers. And because I just kind of got creative. Like, it was compliant, but it was still creative. You know what I mean? It wasn't like I was curing anything or healing people or, you know, it was just something funny that related to a lot of people. So that was doing a Facebook Live or making a post, being creative. I want you to write this down. I see some of you taking notes. If you're in your car listening, don't write it down. Pay attention to the road. But if you are able to write this down, I want you to write this down. I have Emily Roberts' permission. I have Emily Roberts' permission to be, y'all like, what is she going to say next? This could go any way I want it to. I'm just kidding. I have Emily Roberts' permission to be just as fearless as Taylor Swift. I want you to work your business like Taylor Swift writes her songs, shamelessly. My husband's laughing at me, I think. Shamelessly. She does not care if if the shoe fits, it fits. Like, if you think this song's about you, maybe it is. My favorite one ever is the song Mean. Have you ever heard that one? Y'all know it's about Kanye. Y'all know it's about Kanye, right? So when you are working your business and you talk to someone about acne, you talk to someone about they're not pooping, you talk to someone about making money, you write a post to them. Like, even if you have, like, take them to church, like, dear Caitlin, you haven't replied to my messenger in 5 days, so I'm going public with this. I hope you see this tag. Love, Jessica. I used to do that, and it was hilarious. I'll be honest. It was hilarious because it got people's attention, but it was just something different and something that I could do. And if you're not comfortable doing that on, like, your status, you can go post on their wall something funny like that. It's a great way to follow up with people without being weird. Like, hi, what's up? How was your summer? Like, I know why you're messaging me. Get to the point. You know what I mean? Like, come on, y'all. Let's be creative. That's why voice messages are, like, a little bit more fun because they don't know what's coming. You could be like, 911, my kid got stung by a bee at the park today. That's happened. That was real life for me today. Or you could just be like, hey, your hair looks super cute in your profile picture. Who does your hair? It doesn't always have to be about Plexus. Following up can just be, like, little touches. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I have 3 kids, 4, 2, and a baby. And children crave physical touch because that's how they connect with their parents and they love it. So when my son, I'm not touchy-feely, so I have to remind myself this. When my son is next to me, I'll just place my hand on him to let him know, like, I love you, I'm here. You know, I'm recognizing your existence, even though you drive me wild. So when you are checking in on someone, you're complimenting them, you're acknowledging their existence. It's just like you giving them a hug in public, touching them and acknowledging them. It's not about the sale or the money. That will happen. That will happen. There are people now, 4 years later, that are like, God, I wish I would have joined you then. I'm like, well, do it now. People still go to the top all the time. Lori Ward Harrison. Do you know who that is? She's a diamond. She's the fungus queen. She went diamond based off of ProBio 5 alone. She's hilarious and very smart. So she proclaimed this, and I believe it too, that there will be people that go to the top of this company with joy on the low. I think that you have a whole new market of people that may not want to ingest stuff, but they'll lather that stuff up like butter. Let me tell you what. Okay, back to my tips. Number 4, right, so we're working our business shamelessly like Taylor Swift. We don't care who's reading, who's watching. We're just doing it because we want a Lexus that is paid for. Yes? Okay. So number 4 is getting on social media intentionally 3 times a week. And when I say intentionally, that does not mean getting on your Facebook, completing your happy birthday voice messages and going, God, I'm good. Like I knocked out all my IPAs today. No, what I mean by getting on Facebook intentionally is intentionally making a post that makes people go, what is she doing? Intentionally sharing something about gut health and a conversation that you had with someone. Like for instance, I would argue with somebody about Probio 5 and why it was different from other probiotics because they'd be like, oh, it's not refrigerated. I'm not interested. I'm like, oh, because your body's refrigerated? Like you special? Please explain. So I would make silly posts or sassy videos to kind of like rebuttal. Like I was overcoming objections in my Facebook lives, but people didn't know that. They just thought I was like PMSing or something. I don't know, but it worked. So intentionally getting on Facebook, not to scroll on Facebook, not to see what so-and-so is doing in her business, not to see who ranked up, but to get on there. Facebook is a part-time job when you want to be diamond. It is a part-time flipping job. Instagram, part-time job. Right now, that's where it's at. I'll be very honest. Facebook is for old people. I was informed of that this week. Oh my gosh, I'm not even 30 and I'm old. And then Instagram and Snap are cool. So if you want those millennials, those people that are going to be the next future of diamonds, you need to be on Instagram and Snapchat. There are tons of YouTube tutorials and articles on Google that you can say, hey, Google, how do I run a successful Instagram page? And you can make that happen. Trisha Rhaegar is a brand new Emerald Ambassador, and she signed 2 level 1s from Instagram that had, or not from Instagram, on Facebook that did not have Instagram. And in 3 months, one of them had over 28,000 followers because she was intentional with her posts, with her hashtags, with her work. It is possible. You can turn a nobody into somebody. Like all them YouTube stars, that's going to be us with their Plexus businesses. We can turn nothing into something. It just has to be intentional work. You can't just think about it or daydream about it. You have to do it. And then that last tip is to read the book, Go For Now. Read it. Understand my point of view now. Understand why I'm so excited to get a no from someone. Sadie, I'm challenging all these 12 people are including you. Okay. 12 people on this call tonight. 12 times 10. Okay. 12 times 10 is 120. I want this group of people to get 120 no's by Thursday of next week. That's 10 no's each. It's not hard. It's really not hard because you could like go message like 10 people right now and they probably tell you no because it's the end of summer and people are vacating or whatever. Yeah. So 120 no's. Those no's don't always mean never. Like I mentioned, the girl that blocked me and threw away my trial pack would literally run from me at the gym on base. She was my first senior Ruby. Okay. Those people are confused. They're uneducated. They need more information. They're skeptical because they tried Herbalife for 5 years. They're skeptical because they were wrapping themselves in hemorrhoid cream and saran wrap, y'all. People think they know it all. I did. I was like, I ate a salad. Why don't I have abs? That was my mindset, okay? And it's because I had Whataburger the next day. Like, that was what's wrong with me. I had terrible, terrible core values on health and what I ate and all that. And now I'm doing a 10-day fast. Who am I? So I just want to encourage you guys with that. So I have a couple more notes. This is a good one. Write this down. Instead of being addicted to the outcome, change your mindset to see who's open. When you're reaching out to someone and asking them, have you ever tried my pink drink? That's a question to see whether or not they're open to it. Because don't get me wrong, I've had someone reply and say no, and I'm not interested. All right, cool, good talk. That escalated quickly. And I will say that to them. I will type that out and send it right back because I'm like, whoa, girl, somebody mixed your pink drink with something gross. Like, why are you so hateful? And it's usually because maybe somebody from another company has been badgering them. Maybe they did Plexus before, they didn't do it correctly, or they had false expectations and hope. So I feel like that's just kind of like our unspoken rule as a Plexus ambassador with that one Plexus culture that culture, we've created an amazing culture. Like, I've never heard one thing bad about Plexus like I hear about other companies. You know what I mean? Like the cold messaging crap and stuff like that. I think it's just our unspoken rule to just make sure people like, are you good? Like, I just want to make sure like, you know what Plexus is or isn't. When you're going for no, you're not trying to close any deals. You're just looking to see who's open to it, who is keeping an open mind, who doesn't immediately slam a door in your face or thumbs up you on Facebook. Don't get me wrong. I probably talk to more toddlers than moms, like 7 times a week. I get it. Babies have phones. They reply, and people forget. When you are talking to someone and they ghost you, or you get crickets, whatever you call it, most of your audience that's what I said to my team is, consider your audience. Who are you talking to? Is it a mom that has multiple kids? Is it a 9-to-5er that doesn't get on the phone until probably like 8 o'clock at night when they're getting in bed? Consider your audience. People forget. And the way Facebook changes all the freaking time, it's really hard to see who has messaged you. Like Sadie messaged me like a million years ago and it finally popped up because she had messaged me again. So it's like, you just have to be patient with people and just learn to love on them. When you do start wanting to really work your business, just like you work with your top 20% of those that are doing this, when you're reaching out to people and you have people start saying yes, pick 2 to 5 of them. 2 to 5 of them that you can really love on, really invest in. Instagram is my favorite way to do this because I can stalk your Insta stories all day. I can stalk your Instagram all day and I don't feel like a creeper. But if I go on your Facebook, I feel like that's a whole new level of like personal. And I'm like, wow, that picture's from 2014. I have hit a new low today. Like, I feel like Instagram's a lot safer to really just love on and get to know those 2 to 5 people. I'm going to close it up with this analogy. Maybe you've heard it before. For those of you maybe feeling fear right now because you feel like you're going to get rejected, or maybe you feel like I'm not a diamond, so I can't reach out like you do. I started in your shoes. I want you to remember I had to go through all the ranks like you're going through all the ranks. I had to click join like you click join. I had to earn really cool Zoom calls like this. For me, it was Sarah Marble and Sonia Dudley, like fangirl, oh my gosh. So like, I had to do these things too to be better. The only difference between you and your business right now and me is I've heard the word no probably 5,000 more times than you have. And that will change because you're going to go for no. So this is an analogy that you're going to hear often in your business. It's the waitress analogy. And what I want you to like close your eyes or picture this. Do y'all know what IHOP is? Y'all have IHOP where you're from? Okay. International House of Pancakes. Very luxurious dining. No, not at all. They have like $5 pancakes and it's great. I want you to think of your waitress or the last time that maybe you ate at IHOP or a breakfast establishment and the waitress came up to your table super happy and she was like, hi, good morning. And there's coffee cups on your table and she starts going one by one to you and your guest. Can I get you a cup of coffee? And you're like, yeah, here, I'll take some coffee. And your husband, his coffee, and he puts his hand over his coffee, right? He puts his hand over it. He says, no, I'm good. Does that waitress slam her coffee pot down and say, I quit? This guy doesn't want coffee. This guy thinks he's too good for coffee. The people that go on Facebook rants that other people have told them no or rejected their business, they're doing network marketers a huge disservice. Not to mention, that is just preposterous. We're not going to throw a fit when people tell us no. We too are going to keep an open mind and say, all right, cool. What does that waitress do? Okay, I'll be back. I'll check on you in a minute. Right? That's what most servers do these days. I'll be back later. And maybe that guy needed a full belly. Maybe his coffee is his dessert. Maybe he doesn't like the taste of coffee, but he could use an omega. Maybe he doesn't like the taste of coffee, but he could use some lean in his life. Sometimes we get so hung up on that no, and you're just like devastated. Like, but what? But he has hypothyroidism, and he needs this, and he posts about this, and blah, blah, and you like panic because they've told you no. Those people that tell you no, I like to think of them as not right now. But hearing that waitress analogy encouraged me to keep going for no. The other analogy that's very similar to that is one that I've told on one of my YouTube videos is my kid in the grocery store. Okay, when we're born, we are born with like fearlessness. Like fear is taught. It is brought on. It's usually because your parents go boom and they scare you, right? Like we learn fear. So how do we unlearn fear? Well, it's retraining your brain, retraining that mindset. And so for me, walking in the grocery store with my son, and I'm not talking about fear, I'm just talking about not going for no because we're fearful. Well, my son is 2 and completely fearless. He is so fearless that he will refuse to eat dinner, but we go to the grocery store or Target and he wants a cake pop. I want a cake pop. I want a cake pop. And I'm like, you did not eat your dinner. If you ask me for one more cake pop, I swear I'm going to take this buggy outside. And he's like, cake pop, cake pop, cake pop. Come on, mama, cake pop. And he just goes and goes. And I'm like pushing that buggy around. And what do? What do? I give in. I give him the dadgum cake pop every stinking time. Just like in your business, you are going to keep posting and keep touching, right? We're going to keep placing our hands on their virtual shoulders to let them know we're still here. We're going to follow up and we're going to post and work our businesses like Taylor freaking Swift, right? Because eventually they're going to come around and be like, all right, she's not going anywhere. When you quit, you give them the, I knew that didn't work. You give that to them. So stop giving it to them. Show them that it is legit. And I feel like that's the only difference that I made from those in my team and business that quit. I kept going. And it's just because, one, I wanted to prove my husband so, like, I totally did. Like, when I drive my Plexus Lexus, I'm like, well, now he drives it to work. And I'm like, irony. And so I just think it's really funny. But people in your life and in this business and going for no and all of that, like, you're going to hear the word no. Don't let that stop you in your tracks. Brush it off and be like, okay, I'll be back, just like that coffee waitress, right? So I want you to keep that in mind. It's my favorite analogy. I think it's mentioned in Go for No. So read that book. It's like $12 on Amazon. You'll love it. That's all I got.
You're amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Did everybody love this? I have it on speaker view, so we can't really see him, but I know that we're going to get off of this, and our leaders thread is going to be jamming with thoughts. You're super generous with your time, and we adore you. Thank you so much, Ms. Emily.
I cannot wait to see you guys go for no, 120.
I'll update you next week.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Bye, you guys.